that's why I said no talk, just experience. It's just about the experience. Drama of nature. Mark, thanks for joining. Welcome. I don't know how well anybody can hear me. Hello, India, wonderful, all over the world. That's exactly. Oh, and thanks for the super time. Oh, actually, it's a happy holiday. Exactly, happy holiday to everyone. It's actually first day of the Catholic Christianity, right? So actually, uh, the Christmas is this evening. Power, power of nature. As it wants to devour, as it shows where we are. So I'm actually in this my favorite place of this municipality. I'm in the adjacent municipality, and that's why I've changed the location. Thank you, Mark. Likewise, Merry Christmas. And also, Ashish, hello. And so this place, we just passed it actually, but it used to be the most important military hospital of the Venetian times. During the Venetian times, it was built also alongside the famous monastery, Savina, and that was one of the earliest aqueducts that was created for the purposes of bringing the holy water from the monastery to the hospital. So it's really interesting that this place was recognized as something of very high nurture, highly medicinally beneficial. Nature is incredible, and it's such a teacher. I am almost thinking that now, with all the horrors that the COVID created, maybe the good side is that people have to look back within and also what surrounds immediately. And thankfully, we are still not living in that utopian world that a lot of the science fiction movies promote, such as, where everything is covered with the humanity. We still have a little bit of nature in between the towns. And I think that COVID is also going to make it much more desirable to get close to nature, to live in the more rural environment. I think technology also allows that. I was advocating for the eco villages for such a long time, but it was wrong 10 years ago. And as kind of activist in that respect, but now maybe is the right time. Everything is about the timing and the space. In which Montenegro is the country? So it's in Southeast Europe. It's the small, tiniest of the Yugoslavia countries. It used to be Yugoslavia, and then it became such amazing place and so rich. Absolutely, Mark. Yes, actually, this is more sporadic. I didn't plan for live streaming because look at the weather, but because I had to do some errands and the holidays and all, I'm afraid of the virus that there will be crowds and so on. So this was really very much a spontaneous, just streaming of the place and then thinking about the mysteries, absorbing the atmosphere for the future artistic pursuits. And indeed, it's such a beautiful, mysterious place. A lot of history. Lately, I've been interested in the Byzantine Empire. Yesterday, I spent most of the day reading that, actually, most of the reasonable part of the day that I could, because there are so many other things happening always. And this was actually under the ideology and under the foot of the Byzantine Empire, which is why the Christianity was divided then into the Orthodoxy, and in here, in fact, the Christmas is celebrated on the 7th. It's a different calendar, Gregorian and Julian. I don't know which one is which. It's a bit white. The screen displays limited view. It shows limited view. Really? What do you mean? Ah, right. I think I know what you mean. Because you are streaming from Periscope, right? Sorry, you are watching from Periscope. Sorry about that. There was a bit of blurrification, which was mechanical. By the way, look at this. Look at this rock. It's almost like a sculpture, and it's protruding. And I just wonder, how was it in the history? I don't want to go out because the wind will be huge, but it's such an interesting place. The place was also formed and reformed by many, many earthquakes. This was at the forefront, as the Adriatic holds the tectonic plates between the Africa and Europe. And this place is at this particular town. So again, nature shows who is the boss. That's what I love as well. Yeah, I think that it's something that, yeah, I think so. It's very, very special. And then there is also one place a little bit further on. We are part of the fortress from the Spanish, because there was a period. Now we are literally walking from one town to another. This is the third town I'm entering, I think, any moment now, because everything is so small. It's just a question of a couple of thousand people in each, and because as the population was expanding and urbanization, in some aspects urbanization wasn't so good, especially in the last 10 years, but in others it was good, and now it's regulating as the Europe is putting further control. So it's basically joined. So it's very lovely to actually take a walk and then explore. But yeah, there is a famous Spanish fortress, and then also the Ottoman fortress. It was notorious. It's called Calicula, and that means the bloody tower. So you can imagine what kind of things was happening in there. Beautiful, exactly. But even the color of these stones, I think it's mostly limestone. And even look at that. It's almost as if it's speaking. It has a pattern. It has a very, very special feel to it. There's a little bit of a delay. I don't know if you can see. You see the algae are shaping. It's, when people say the abstract art, it's not representing things. But in fact, it's representing the most amazing. It's making us see into the microcosm, because it looks a little bit different, but so many times we find these patterns in the abstract art, and we wonder, what is it? And then we look at the nature just into a little bit more care, a little bit more carefulness, and then we find that it's in fact reflecting, because the subconscious is always reflecting something, is always ruminating 50,000 thoughts, I think, or more per day. I was reading about all of this incredible nature. Sorry, you guys, about the wind. I do have my custom made by myself, just a sponge over the microphone. But I think with this kind of wind, it's not going to help. So that's why I said a bit no talk. It's challenging in terms of the audio, this stream. But still want to share, because I think the nature is so powerful in the moments. when the wind is controlling it, and the air in general is our shield against all sorts of the debris from the space. Alone, exactly, traveling. And yeah, I'm not really traveling. This is just 20 kilometers from my own place. And because my own place is just 2,000 people, you can imagine, has shortages when it comes to things that I need to get. So I have to go to a nearby place. A lot of seagulls in the sky. The ancients used to interpret all sorts of movements of the birds and the nature and what it meant. So I think I don't really know why they're flying so high, but I'm sure that if we had an insight into that, it would be interesting as well. Now we have a very nice view. Look at that color. Oh, the color is amazing. Oh, yeah, it's connecting, I think now. Are we still together? Yeah, the stream, okay, is getting back maybe, or maybe I can see there is a delay and a bit of pixelation. Yeah, maybe the wind is, wow, look at that, that wave. You see that? I think disturbances in the broadcast because of the internet. I'll probably have to finish this now. Native countries, yes. No, I'm not from America. I do have some Eskimos, so maybe some of my ancestors lived in the Alaska or something like that. But I'll be back. Okay, excellent. Yeah, no, I was born in Montenegro, but I'm not Montenegrin genetically. The video is breaking up. Yeah, okay, good. That's also a great thing because I remember with wow, the wind is now strong. I remember with Periscope, it wouldn't get back so many times. I would just have to stop it, and then I don't know what it means technically, but yeah. And in here also we have a joining of the rocks of what's really valuable, and the let's call it the civilizational imprint of the concrete. Concrete is trying to hug the rock, but the endurance, my money is on the rock that will endure all of this. But it's interesting to see. I always thought of this actually artistic because it's a statement. In this part, it's actually a beach, but the idea of humanity to make something, how do I call that? Make something comfortable for use, right? And then to embrace the concrete, but still appreciate the power of the stone. For example, this one, very beautiful. So, Santa Lucia, hello, welcome, thanks for joining. Now these, wow, the colors, look how it's changing from that brightness just behind to this. And the sound, I don't know if it's getting through because of the wind. Do you hear? Wow, this requires a photo actually. I'm going to take some photos of these because the color is just amazing. In a very, very special way. Look at that. It's very blue, gray, green. You know, this undefined color. Actually, it's a Chinese color. In China, this type of color is one of the most ubiquitous when it comes to the traditional building. And Merry Christmas to Lucy and everybody that's celebrating the uniteness. It's a further uniteness of the humanity. A chance to get together. But internet gives us that, even without the occasion, special occasion. Wow, this wave now. Look at that formation. This actually reminds me a little bit of the feel I'm getting right now from the Portugal. They actually, and this stretch between Cascais and Lisbon, and sorry, actually Cascais to the northern part, and then there is this Devil Cave. For some reason, I have all of this association to the darkness, to the demons. I don't know why, but and it's exactly like this. So many times the colors and the sea, even though it's totally different type of sea, there is that feel of the gloom and the power that the water that unites everything brings. And then there is an old town, I think. Okay, I think you can see it there over in the distance. I'll probably go up, but maybe I'll have to stop the stream and then do that another time because I have some more errands to do. Just now, as we approach the fortress, I'll have Kami. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. Let's just absorb a little bit more. I think this part is still remnant from the coming. Yes, very much, very powerful, incredible. Look at that. It's literally going as far as where I am. This is in fact wet underneath. Yeah, today is very, very different compared to so many times that I came in here. Although it's not that many, maybe 4 or 5 times in the last few months. And it's very special. Very special. Yeah, kind of a bit better building with reminiscence of the Mediterranean. Then in front we have a scar from the previous era, that building. Let's see. No, I can't zoom, it seems. Oh, maybe I can, sorry. Aha! Here is the zoom just now discovered. Do you see this? So this is the famous hotel that was built during the communist era. It's brutalist style. And it's kind of like a testament to this different world. Wow. Wow, the drama happening now. Look at that. It would be funny swimming in this. Of course, not now if it was warm. Michael, hello, Toronto. Wonderful. All over the world, both the East and the West. I love this. This experience of touching the both sides of the planet. And now doing the photos as I'm talking to you. Look at that. A little bit of inception type of thing. Just amazing. Wow. Brings you a sense of peace. What brings me, that's a great question. A sense of peace. I think, and now this is an interesting, maybe a little bit counterintuitive, but sometimes I find a sense of peace in the most of the dramatic moments because I need to find the center. When it's too comfortable around me, I am not seeking the peace. Then I want to find something that's outside of that concept. But when the struggle is happening, thanks for the super heart. You think of cruising with those waves, right? For me, I want to swim. It's a glorious time to be alive. I absolutely agree with you. Yes, yes. Just imagine this. Like I'm literally touching so many aspects at the same time. So many aspects. Look at that. Nobody around. It also feels a little bit strange. And in fact, what I found as well, especially now living in this place for a prolonged time, and I'm assimilating with the community, and it's beautiful because I haven't never stayed this long in this place in one go, and people are really soft with everything is happening. They're very a little bit like afraid of too cold, afraid of too warm, all of that. My person is asking what handle using. Okay, on Haps. So on Haps, I'm using Arena Ideas. Arena Ideas. Yeah, thank you. I don't see Suze. All right. So maybe I don't see periscopes at all. I don't see the comments from Periscope at all. Maybe it disconnected at that point when I went off. So it's Arena Ideas. Thank you, word woman. I'm tuning in from now Herceg-Novi in Montenegro, Castello Nuovo, as it was called some years ago during the Venetian, and there was a famous Bosnian king, Tvrtko, the power of kindness and compassion. Absolutely, Michael. Oh no, the Venetian phone is very tiny. Angel, great to see you. Okay, now I got your message. Yes. Yeah, I think that I'm still waiting for the verification from Periscope for the portrait mode streaming. And for me, portrait mode is a little bit convenient because when I'm holding the phone, and this is a large phone, 8 Plus, and when I switch it, to the sides to take the full landscape, then I can't do that for a prolonged time. So yes, that's it. There's just one person in this whole stretch, I think. I've decided to use the internet name, Arena Ideas, for the apps, because the app itself is more about the seriousness, whereas I'm using the pseudonyms on the other apps, like Ideas Rex is everywhere else. Ideas Rex is on Periscope and Twitter, and someone is browsing from there again. Fantastic. Word woman, well, definitely then connect with me as I share. I'll definitely be staying in here as long as the corona is staying with us, because I can't travel, and especially with my line of work. And but I'm sharing not only the kind of the traveling, visiting of the places, historic sites, but also I'm sharing a lot of the artistic aspects, a bit more abstract. Just sharing the world as is. Vandal, happy holidays. Thank you for joining. And the tree. Oh, it's not an olive tree. I wanted to show you an olive tree. And this is a place that brings memories from the childhood. Had friends who lived nearby. And then we were swimming along those rocks. And maybe that's why I'm really inspired by the rocks. This is what I'm thoroughly grateful to. Michael, that's beautiful. Well, I'm grateful for the humanity. I'm grateful for the way that we can find the kindness, empathy, that we are capable of walking in other people's shoes. That's definitely one thing I'm super grateful, because without that, I don't think we can build the civilization. Happy Christmas to you too. Absolutely, everyone. And then, well, I'm grateful that everybody is fine that I'm connected with. And I'm grateful for the karma, because the good deeds almost always bring the good experiences. And sometimes it also teaches us. Thank you so much for these stimulating questions to make us think together. I used to say, it seems like it's a sweet spot or to shelter in place. That's excellent. That's excellent observation, Angel. I found that I was hinting at, maybe guessing it in the past, but now I'm definitely feeling that it's such a good place. Such a good place between the worlds. I feel so many things in here. Maybe love in this glorious morning, full of light and love. Thank you. beautiful, exactly. And of course, the love is the center of gravity. We still don't know as a civilization what is the gravity. How is it twisting the time and space? And the greatest association that I feel to it, in fact, is that uncatchable, unexplainable thing called love, right? And so many things. Now we are seeing one of the remnants of the past, a fortress that collapsed, and there is another one over there, and another one over there. I think I will just climb a little bit to share this. Hopefully it will be possible to climb. Let's see now, this could be a little bit like a adventure stream. Can I climb this? Yeah, let's try. Yes, Mark is with us, which is amazing, such a hands-on approach, which is as it should be, such a human aspect. I'm really thankful with all the dark aspects, with the realization that Periscope will be no more. It was just like a shiny star in the tunnel, and it brought us all the way up. And now we can continue to breathe life into something that's very sacred by itself. Sharing with the world. It's in fact a real caring. Oh my God! Now I just saw something strange. Yeah, there is a bin, garbage bin in that one. I don't know if you can see it from here, but this was once the watch tower, a massive watchtower. I think this one is probably from the period when the Spaniards been here. There was also the Napoleonic. So sharp. Yes, absolutely. Very. That's also one of the great advantages, and it doesn't degrade, because I've noticed with Periscope, once it degrades, it has difficulty to get back into the sharpness. Making new avenues of consciousness, I sense you're feeling the waves of absolutely. I really believe in the collective subconscious, what Jung was exploring. I'm more of a Jungian in that aspect, also in relation to the mythological world, which is such an important aspect of building this civilization. But the subconscious, the collective, the ability to feel togetherness is something that we are really now, this time in history, experiencing with the help of internet. And of course, the live streaming is the closest it can get to it. So, yes. Some more. Look at that destruction that was happening over. It's just reframed. Now here is the fortress. It's just in front of me, and then I'll have to be climbing to get to the old town, which is also lovely, but I think that's a stream for another time. And also, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate it. And also when it's maybe a little bit less windy, because there's a lot to say. And in this one, it's more like experiencing, just being one with the world. Look at that. Just the toil it requires, the work that was put into this, the masonry. Yeah, the wind is freezing. Yes, okay. Ah, right, yes, I know. Um, yes, I've never met them. I think I was abroad when they started, and then we were in touch shortly, and then I had no idea. Uh, I think they just moved maybe to another country or something like that. I did exchange few messages, and then I remember they were streaming also a bit of Croatia, the mystery of the fortress. Love that. Awakening at a rapid rate. I'm grateful to give spiritual connection and reflection. Lovely, Michael. Love that. Absolutely. The mystery of the fortress. Look at that. so dominant and so powerful. Incredible, isn't it? Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you. You want to try to get some? Oh, yes, of course. Well, I'm really admiring this, the ability to join so much and be together with all of us. And really, such a dedication is amazing. I really hope that this will grow into the power that it should be, this app. Thank you so much, everyone. That's what I wanted. Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I'll see you another time. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas and also the holidays. Enjoy and peace. And I'll see you. Bye.